she's on a Michael Jackson level to me.
I
think people be like, they don't want to say that about her.
Fair.
But I think, honestly, if she does what I think that she's going to do with what I know, it's going to be like stratosphere crazy.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I can't. There's good.
Picture this, it's 2022, Act 1 drops, and the world is set on fire, but we're still waiting for the next spark. Kind of like what fans are doing now, or was doing as soon as Act 2 dropped by coming up with theories about Act 3. Because a trilogy this ambitious hasn't been attempted in music for decades, so leave it to Beyoncé to set the bar. And the 3 acts of Beyoncé's vision are more connected than we may think. Because Beyoncé isn't just dropping music, she's building a universe with these 3 acts. And Beyoncé's Renaissance tour, grossing over $579 million, is evidence of how great she truly is with her craft. But that's just Act 1. So imagine what's coming with Acts 2 and 3. So let's talk about Beyoncé's Acts trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy. Now, for anyone wondering what exactly a trilogy is, don't worry, I had to double check myself. It's a series of 3 connected works that tell a larger story. And honestly, doesn't a trilogy just sounds so much more elegant than just calling them acts? I mean, when I first heard it was a 3-act project, I was like, okay, cool. But when you think of it as a trilogy, suddenly it feels more cinematic, more intentional. Like, Beyoncé isn't just dropping albums, she's crafting an epic. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see just how genius this trilogy really is and why every piece of it matters. So let's break it all down and uncover the brilliance behind it. In this video, I'm breaking down everything I've uncovered about these 3 acts, backed with some fascinating evidence. From hidden clues in her visuals to subtle nods in her lyrics, I'm piecing together a theory that could completely shift the way you see this entire project. Trust me, Beyoncé is telling a story here, and it's bigger than just music. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you might be seeing these albums in a whole new light. First, let's talk about Act 1, Renaissance. Renaissance dropped on July 29th, 2022, right in the middle of summer. Keep that in mind as we dive deeper. Now, fast forward 20 months, a year and 8 months later. Cowboy Carter dropped during the season of spring. Do you see where I'm going with this? If not, don't worry, I'll break it down for you in just a second. Now, I'm not someone who enjoys math very much, but I couldn't help noticing a pattern here. Don't worry, I'll make this quick for those who feel the same way. So, a year and 8 months later, or exactly 608 days after Renaissance, she dropped Cowboy Carter. That's 608 days between the 2 releases. And if you're confused about why these dates matter, don't worry. You'll understand in just a second. Now, calculating 32 months from Cowboy Carter, the date lands on November 29th, 2026, exactly 2 years and 8 months after its release. But here's where things get tricky. November 29th, 2026 falls on a Sunday. If you're familiar with how the industry works, albums typically drop on a Friday. That would make November 27th, 2026 Black Friday, the closest logical release date. However, if we're sticking to the 29th pattern, it wouldn't make sense for her to break it by dropping on the 27th, even if it's a Friday. But the crazy thing is this year, November 29th, 2024 fell on a Friday, and a black one at that. To complicate things further, November 29th, 2025 is a Saturday. So if she sticks to the pattern, she'd have to release on a date that's either not a Friday or not the 29th. Who knows? My prediction could be completely off, which is why it's just that, a prediction. Then again, Beyoncé is known for being unpredictable and carving her own path. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all unfolds, if my theory even holds up. But if you didn't catch all the patterns, let me break it down for you. First, there's her consistent trend of dropping on the 29th, each release spaced exactly 8 months apart. Then we have the seasonal pattern. Renaissance came out in the summer, while Cowboy Carter dropped in the spring. Based on this, my prediction for Act 3 is fall. A completely different season from both Act 1 and Act 2. It fits the pattern perfectly and keeps things fresh and unexpected. Then there's her pattern of dropping albums on Fridays. After her self-titled album Beyoncé dropped on Friday, December 13th, 2013, it completely changed the game. But should we really be surprised? Beyoncé has always been a trendsetter and still is, with Cowboy Carter being the most recent example. Oh, and let's not forget the iconic black hoodie she always wears. But back to the topic. here's another clue. If I haven't mentioned it already, she dropped in 2022, skipped 2023, and then dropped again in 2024. Based on this, I believe she'll skip 2025 and release Act 3 in 2026. This ties into the tour as well, which I'll dive into later in the video, because this theory connects directly to that one too. I feel like there are just too many patterns here to ignore. Beyoncé has a way of feeding the hive crumbs and teasing us in so many subtle ways, always leaving you wondering what's coming next. There are so many patterns to catch, but this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the clues she's left behind. We haven't even touched on the tour, the visuals, or the teasers she's carefully set up, and the breadcrumbs she's left along the way. But did you know that November 29th is also National Lemon Cream Pie Day? Get it? Lemon relates to lemonade? You know what? Never mind. I'm going to split the theories into parts because it's just so much to dissect at once. But I'll put all of the parts into one video for those who want to watch it all at once to end the year off with a bang. In the meantime, check out our popular breakdown video on what genre Act 3 might be and how I dissected it to be rock. Join the Hive Club, our exclusive community where fans share the latest, discuss theories, and connect. You can also check out our Amazon storefront for Beyoncé-inspired finds, and don't forget to visit our Linktree for all our socials. Everything you need is in the description below.